the Rockers, also known as the Midnight Rockers, also known as the rocking chairs, according to Vern Gagne. They don't need no rocking chairs, though they do now because they're really old. I don't know if they're still the Rockers and he's still the Heartbreak Kid, but we do know one thing. He makes lots of noises when he gets up. Now, the Rockers originally formed as a no-name group when Shawn Michaels first started wrestling because they were traveling together. Then they were a big deal at AWA in the 80s after Vince McMahon pretty much stripped AWA of all the talent. And by all the talent, I mean everybody who was worth anything. So he could go national. So Vern Gagne put the Rockers together, and originally they suggested the name the Midnight Rockers, and Vern Gagne was like, they're gonna think of you like the rocking chairs. And then it just reminds you of that old George Jones song, I Don't Need No Rocking Chair. Which is old to you, and to me it came out in my childhood, which to me was 10 years ago, which would have put it in my 30s. I was a child 10 years ago, in my 30s. Okay. They held the AWA World Tag Team Championship before going to WWE for the first time, where they got fired for partying too much, which is the same reason that the Fabulous Freebirds got fired from WWE the first time. Then they went to the AWA secondary territory of CWA in Tennessee, where they became the Heel Rockers and held the CWA tag team titles, and then went back to AWA where they were faces, and they're wrestling in both these companies at the same time. They're heels in CWA and they were faces at AWA and held the AWA tag team championships too. Now this was before either of these companies were on national TV, and it didn't really matter because you only saw them local and you didn't know what they were heels and faces in different companies. Then they went back to WWE, which was WWF at the time, and became the Rockers and had their run where they were most remembered. They did hold the championship one time, but they won it in a classic match where the ring ropes broke versus the Hart Foundation, which was never aired because the ring ropes broke. Now, Brett thinks this Jim Neidhart might have taken the ropes out on purpose. But no one's not quite sure how the ring ropes just busted. Just took them out of the turnbuckle. But it was so bad a match that Vince decided not to air it, and so their championship never was official. Now, the reason they left WWF was because of low pay. Marty called Vince with Shawn sitting by, and Marty claimed this was Shawn's idea, that they quit WWF and go back to like AWA or someplace. Shawn then said it was not his idea and called Vince and begged to stay in WWF. Marty then called Vince to try to get the Rockers back in WWF and found out that Shawn already called Vince saying he wanted to make a singles run in WWF, and they didn't see a future singles run in Marty's talent because they didn't see him as talented as Shawn. So this led to the Rockers breaking up. Now they both claim the idea of throwing Marty through the window out at the barbershop was their idea. You know whose idea it really was? The Windows. It just wanted to be broken. This was supposed to lead to a Shawn and Marty feud, but Marty got suspended because he was arrested for drugs. So Shawn won the Intercontinental Championship, and then Marty came in and beat him for the Intercontinental Championship. But then Shawn won it back, and Marty just kind of lingered for a while. They just kind of let him linger. Before he eventually formed the New Rockers with Al Snow, who was then known as Leif Cassidy. And that became a comedy team, thanks to Shawn getting in Vince's ear, who was a big star at this point. And Marty never quite got any real big name. Marty never made a big name for himself. And we all know what happened to Shawn Michaels. So that was the Rockers. Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. Marty Jannetty never quite became as good talent as he could have been. Shawn Michaels, one of the biggest stars of all time. And now they're in their rocking chairs and they're smoking their, and they're playing checkers and they're going to Cracker Barrel and talking about how good the country fried steak is. So here's a word from my sponsor. Tired of being called smelly, stinky, people standing 10 feet away from you when they talk to you? Use soap. Soap. Just get it wet, rub it all over your body, and then wash it off. You'll smell great all day. And then do it the next day, and you'll smell great again the next day. Keep doing it every day, and you might even get a girlfriend someday. Use soap.